If your Monday hasn't been crazy enough, look at who has just entered. Mars has entered the sign of the Scorpion. And what does it mean for this time period? What is it going to bring? Because Mars is a malefic, in world astrology, it's often associated with the war cycle. So with fights, with conflict, with battles, things of that nature, tensions between nations, between countries, everything. And when Mars goes into its domicile here, it's the growing of tensions that happens. And specifically, both Scorpio and Capricorn, where Mars is exalted and has good dignity, are associated with plots and schemes. Usually there's this indication of when Mars enters Scorpio that there's the revelation of plots, or there's the revelations of schemes of war that have happened. But because it's also in a water sign, typically when Mars enters in a watered sign, it would indicate spilling of blood as well too. However, in weather astrology, which is connected to world astrology, Mars in Scorpio, because it's in a water sign, was the indicator of disruptive storms. So these would be storms that would destroy crops, that would bring intense coldness, intense rain, because this is water, but it's corrupting in nature. This is corrupting water. But Scorpio is also the indicator of fevers and of the spreading of plagues too. So this is the indicator of spreading of diseases. You need to be very mindful about the spreading of diseases during this time. There's also the indicator, because Scorpio rules the genitals, that there would be illness amongst the genitals that spread during this time. But also, mashallah says that it indicates the lower abdomen generally, like illnesses of the lower abdomen. It also is the indicator of tensions between soldiers and the poor people, or the working classes, is how they describe it. But Mars in Scorpio is the indicator of the rise of warlords and the rise of generals. And in the United States horoscope for 2025, the Aries Ingress, it's an Aquarius rising, and Mars goes into the 10th house in that horoscope, which is the rise of generals, the rise of warlords. So watch someone be appointed as a military commander. There will be a military appointment, something of that nature. There's also the indicator of the shortage of oil as well, too, with Mars in the sign. They specifically mention olive oil and harm to olive trees. Locations that would be impacted would be the countries signified by Scorpio. Al-Biruni gives Yemen. Abu Mashar says northern Lebanon and Syria. Also the region of the Hijaz as well, too. Also indications are given for Brazil and Washington, D.C., but also places that are swamplands, places that are marshlands as well, too. This is what Scorpio looks like in Kitab al-Bulhan by al-Isfahani. Here we can see Mars holding a sword in Scorpio, with scorpions, obviously Scorpion holding the tail of the scorpion. And in the other depictions, Mars is holding a decapitated head. You can see the decans depicted down here from right to left. The first decan ruled by Mars, the second decan ruled by the Sun, the third decan ruled by Venus. It's plots and schemes, beware y'all.